Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is our NC500 Part 3. So this one's going to be a little bit of a long one, but it's lots and lots of pictures for you to see. And so anyway, let's get into it. So we left the distillery, as you know, and that, like I said, the East Coast was just the East Coast. So our aim was to get to John O'Groats and then get the famous, you know, picture at the John O'Groats sign and whatever else. So we headed up the East Coast, got up to the top. Now again, for the NC500, John O'Groats isn't on the course. You have to turn off and go up a separate road to get to the to get to John O'Groats. So we turned off and the road was atrocious, really thin, really potholy and bumpy, and you're on it for a while, and then all of a sudden you come out in John O'Groats, which is lovely. So we pulled into the big main car park, and there was like one other vehicle in the car park, and his little boy racer car. Obviously he's doing his NC5 in that. So we pulled off, parked up, and we went to pay, and it was free parking because nothing was open. So we went down, got to the John O'Groats sign, no one there. So it was brilliant, because normally it's packed. All the other videos we've seen, it's always packed. But anyway, all three of us got there, took a picture, me and my wife and daughter took a picture there. And I said to Liz, sod it, while it's quiet, let's get Big Jean on in the action. So we went and got Big Jean and parked her right by the sign. There's a roundabout, so we parked her as close as we could to the sign and took a picture of the front of the van with the sign just in the background. So you'll see that. And after that, we then took a few more pictures. There's a little harbour down there, some the beautiful hotel, quite flash, and some bits and pieces on the grass there, and that was it really. Then we kind of jumped back in the van and we had to look for somewhere to stay. So we got on Park for Night, had a look, and we went to one campsite that was a paying campsite, and because we weren't members of the caravan club, it was double the price. So it should have been, I think it was £26 a night, and it was not double, but it was £47. So it's an extra 20 odd quid for a night. I'm like, nah, that's just ridiculous. But give the people there their due. Lady behind the counter said, oh, there's a little site just up the road, gave us a name, and we went back, and it is on Park for Night anyway, and they were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. He wanted 25 quid for electric and everything, but we don't need electric hookup or anything like that, so it was 20 quid, and had showers, had toilets, had everything we needed, grey water waste, and if you wanted a chemical water waste disposal, had that as well. And he was a lovely couple. They own a little farm, and they just had a load of lambs. They took my wife into the barn, showed all these lambs. So that was brilliant. He left, we packed down for the night, had dinner, and in the morning we got up, and he'd come up back to the farm, and asked if there was any decent dog walks, and he said, yeah, just cut across my land, there's a little beach down the bottom, we just go across this field. So that's what we done, and we went down this beautiful little lane down to, it's not their beach, it's a beach at the bottom of their land, and funnily enough, found a dead seal. You know, I know that's not a great thing to say, but there was a dead seal at the beach. And anyway, dogs had a wonderful time on the beach, and we spent about an hour down there with the pups, come back, had some breakfast, and left Merkel. We thought, we looked on the map and saw, right, where's the next place we'd like to go and see, and Thurso was that area. It's amazing. So it's a very well known surf beach. So we thought, well, we'll go to Thurso, it's known to be beautiful, we'll head there and see how we get on there, and then carry on. So jumped in the van, travelled over to Thurso, and we had a few quite big surprises there. The first thing is, again, because it was quite dead, we could park right on by the ocean, and so we pulled up, and there was this massive ocean going exploratory boat moored up across the harbour. So we got a picture of that there, and the water was just crystal clear, absolutely beautiful. And so that was really stunning. We enjoyed that as we had a walk around, as you do, took loads of pictures. We got the Furzo sign and us with it, and Big Gene there as well. We try and get Big Gene in all of our new places to go. Now, what I'm not going to do is murder all the Scottish names for places we went, because after that we went to a few different places en route, but I'm rubbish with names. So what I'll do, I'll tell you where we went, as in I'll explain. So we left Thurso after a nice walk around, and we carried on, and then we just went right over these, like at the top of these mountains, and looking down over locks. So we got all some beautiful pictures. We stopped regularly and took lots of nice pictures, stopped to let the dogs go out, and we just randomly, dogs were wittering, so we randomly stopped in this lay-by, and we noticed the lay-by drop down and around. So we dropped down basically out of sight, and so we pulled up, and there was a little path there, so we jumped out, took the dogs out, and we walked up this path, and there was this like an abandoned home, but it did have like a thing. It was obviously National Trust type situation, but what had happened is someone had done the most amazing graffiti, very good artist, and I'll chuck the pictures in here for you. And she, whoever it was, had done it in such a good way that what I done is I took pictures through the open windows of this abandoned home, so it framed the pictures, and yeah, absolutely brilliant. So we spent a little bit of a time there, let the dogs have a walk, took some more pictures, come back, got to the van. We bumped into a older couple in another camper van who just pulled up. So we chatted and explained where we'd come from and where we were going, and they said where they were going, and they said, oh, you want to be careful of the Applecross Pass. And now the Applecross Pass is the highest road in Britain, if I'm correct. They said it was. We did look, it does seem to be, and what it is at its peak, it is it's at the top of a mountain, so it's the highest drivable road, without a tractor on whatever else, but it's the highest drivable road for normal vehicles you can go on. But the problem with it is it's so high and so steep, there's lots of very sharp hairpins and lots of what they call G-outs, where the road kind of has a sharp drop and a sharp climb, so the gap in between is quite short. So certain vehicles over a certain length will hit, either the nose will hit or the tail will hit. And they were saying, oh, I wouldn't advise you taking yours because yours is very long, blah blah blah. So anyway, that was that. And I was kind of a bit put out by that. I thought, well, I'm sure we'll be all right, but we'll see. So anyway, we carried on and saw multiple stunning mountains and locks, and just the views there are just amazing. And what we'd done is we decided that we were heading to Ullapool to sleep for the night, so we'll just keep driving, stopping, have a look around, and we aimed to stop in Ullapool overnight and then move from there. But again, what we did do, completely by luck, we didn't look it up or anything like that, we pulled up a toilet block of all places to stop to go to the toilet, again let the dogs out, and noticed there was these little steps going down into the valley. There was a little beach at the bottom. Oh, let's go and have a look down there and see what's down there. So we went down, and it actually turned out there was a tourist thing at the bottom of this, which was shut. But what it was at the bottom there was this a wooden walkway, and it goes into a big cave, and when it's open there's a dinghy, a big inflatable, where the people take you and they go through the tunnels. So like I said, we've got pictures of what it looks like. It's absolutely stunning. The water is crystal clear and it's lovely and cool. So yeah, so we went there, ironically enough, got, like I said, lots of nice pictures, and that would probably be quite a nice place to go when it's actually open. And so anyway, come back from there, jumped in the van, and we were getting a bit peckish, to be honest, so we were looking for somewhere to eat. Now, we try our hardest to use local shops, not like big branded places, so like little local cafes or little local kind of normal grocery shops rather than the Tesco's or Lidl or whatever, because we like to help the locals. And again, my wife spotted this little tiny cafe sign, so we're like, well, let's follow that then. And the problem with our van, it is a big old van and it is long, so, and some of these roads get very tight, and it was like, well, it's just got to keep going now, because we've gone in this road and it was just kind of shrunk. It went from quite a large road to just the size of our van. So we just kept going, and it kept saying like cafe a mile away, cafe half a mile away. And then we got to the village where this cafe was, and it did open up a bit, and it says, and then there was this little sign, and it was a really big steep corner, but we made it, it's fine. Pulled up outside this cafe, so I went in quickly. He says, is it all right if we park outside? And they were fine. And it was this stunning little cafe, and me and my wife, or wife and I, ordered jacket potatoes. I think my daughter had a tuna panini, and we were just expecting, like, I had a jacket potato, cheese and beans. That's it, you know, nothing amazing, nothing special. And I think my wife had the same, and I'll show you the picture of it now. And it's just this like gourmet dinner. It was like this massive plate full of food. I was like, wow, you know, it's very, very good. Lovely little place, lovely people. So yeah, we had that, which is brilliant. And come out of there, and we carried on the NC500. Like I said, lots of, every time there's a photo opportunity, we did, because it's memories, and you like to store these memories. So all the way along the road to Ullapool, we just kept stopping and taking beautiful pictures. We found this this bridge over a river, and there wasn't really a parking area, but luckily, again, with the off-road tires, I just put it up onto a bank, jumped out, and there was boulders the size of houses in this river. And like, so you got the bridge over the river, and there's these massive boulders. So we got, and the water was just crystal clear, and where you could see the water coming down, it was bubbling. It was, oh, it's absolutely beautiful. So we'll show you all the pictures for that. And like I said, we were heading to Ullapool, and eventually we again carried on, lots and lots of more stunning things. In the end, it was, we were getting a bit blasé with how beautiful it was. We were kind of, oh, it's another snow-top mountain, oh, it's another beautiful loch. It kind of, because we'd seen so much of it and so in depth, we were getting a little bit blasé about it, taking it in. But it's yeah, it's one of those things where you see something enough, it kind of becomes the norm. And it was getting a bit late when we finally got to Ullapool, and we recce'd where we were going to park. We went on the Park for Night app, found a couple of places to park. One of them didn't exist anymore. I think it had either been bought by a landowner and it converted into something else. So that part where you could park was like a drive, because we went into it and it was like, ah, there's a gate and private property. So we found another two more. One was very close to the road. It was literally just a siding, and another one had a little patch of grass to the side. But at the end of the day, we're only there overnight, so we thought, right, okay, well, this is where we'll sleep tonight. So we went back into Ullapool, because it's past Ullapool. We went back into Ullapool, filled up the fuel, because there's a fuel station in there, and went to find somewhere to eat. And there were three main places, like a fish and chip shop, there was like a real quite posh restaurant, we're not posh, and a pub. So we went to the pub. Long wait for food. To be honest, I won't say the name because I'm not going to diss people, but the food was pretty bad and took forever to come, and when it did come, it wasn't great and it wasn't cheap. But you know, these things happen. It was what it was. We'd never go there again. But like I said, it is what it is. We ate. So packed up, went back out of town. Now, when we parked up for the night, the other thing that Liz has always wanted to see is Highland cow. She loves Highland cow. Now you'll see in the picture to intro to the NC500, that is a picture of my wife kissing a Highland cow. Now, if I could put as many pictures as we took of her and us with Highland cows, it would be full of that. So she wanted to bring back a toy, you know, a soft toy of a Highland cow from there. And everywhere we went, they were either ridiculously overpriced, like for a little tiny soft toy, they were like 40 quid. It's just taking advantage of tourists. And yeah, I don't mind buying her something, but that's just ridiculous. And we did bump into someone who had the perfect one on their dashboard of their camper, and they said they got it from National Trust or whatever it is for Scotland shop, and it was like 15 quid. That's fine. So from that point on, every time we come across a shop or National Trust thing, we had to stop so Liz could try and find one, and we just couldn't find them. They're all like silly money, whatever. But yeah, so that now we've got a new goal. Now we've got to find a Highland cow soft toy to go with our stuff. So yeah, we had a good night. That went really well. And actually, even though we were quite close to the road, it's quite quiet. There was a ferry in Ullapool, but I'm guessing it about 8 o'clock there was a lot of heavy traffic, so I'm guessing that's when the ferry was heading out. But other than that, that was that one bit. I'll leave it there because I don't want it too long and bore people. So yeah, let us know if you've been there or been to anywhere like that. Chuck it in the comments, like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.